Good afternoon. I'm XOXO, the chocolate lady, dripping with thoughts. Yes. Oh boy. Today is Wednesday, and I set aside Wednesdays for women and general quilting, and I'm hoping that we do have some men that are also enjoying us. No, I hope that we have some men that are also joining us today. But mainly for Wednesdays is for women. And I just want you to know that I am the chocolate lady dripping with thoughts, making crazy quilts from scraps, from whatever I got. And I can also teach you how to make your own candy bar. And that's pretty much what my show is all about. Having a good time with fabric and chocolates. Why do I start at 1:08 in the afternoon? And that is because I want to be your source for 1:08 fabric. And I would like to be your source for 5 to 10 minutes making chocolate bars. Okay, I'm going to share something with you because I think if I share this with you, you will enjoy the show that much better. Usually when I go live, I just want to go natural, okay? But today I said, I think you better have some notes, okay? And I have some notes, but it's coming from my notes, but it's not coming from off the top of my head. So bear with me and have a good time with this show today. So I do have 108 by 108 quilt backing, wide back, that, you know, some of us call it wide back. And those come in my chocolate boxes, which are brown boxes. And then I have something that I'm very proud of, and that would be my Ugly Beauties. And that also comes in a brown chocolate box. And I have a couple of examples here of some Ugly Beauties that I hope that you will enjoy. And then also I have 3-gallon bags that I put scraps in as well. But the ones that come in these chocolate boxes, oops. Always a day of fun. Okay, so here's a box of Ugly Beauties. At the last minute, is always with me at the last minute changing, I added this polka dot. So you have the pink here, and then this is like a gray with diamonds. And then here's a beautiful floral print here. And this is a shimmery, here, look close. It's a shimmery gray. And this is just kind of like a fun gray color, and the infamous polka dot. Okay, so that's something that I would say is like an Ugly Beauty, okay? For instance, look here. That is kind of pretty, okay? That is pretty. That is pretty fabric. And you would probably be hesitant to add this to it. But I think it might look kind of good. And then take a look at this. Okay? Now, because I speak about ugly beauties, sometimes we all have them, okay? And this is really a hot pink, and this is more of a delicate pink. But when you add something like this to it, bear with me, it kind of makes it all good. And this gray here, it's okay. It's like one of those ugly beauties. So if you put all these together that I have in a chocolate box, you could really come up with a beautiful quilt. And at the end of your project, I'm not going to say at the end of the day, but at the end of your project, you would have something. Hi, hello, thank you. I'm so happy that you're here visiting with me. Yes, when I have my guest visiting and making comments, I get kind of happy. Yes, I do. So I just had a little excitement there. Now, back to my ugly beauties. Look at this. I personally think that if you use some of this with those ugly beauties, you could come up with a beautiful quilt. And then, of course, here's another ugly beauty that I have in my lap. I wanted to show you. And you could add that entire box of chocolates, the ugly beauties, and you can make an absolutely wonderful quilt. Okay, so I do want to tell you a little bit about myself, how I tend to make my own quilts, and then you will understand why I have my ugly beauties and how my quilts come out so lovely, beautiful, cute, whimsical, outstanding, blue ribbon quilts. Okay, so I usually start with a traditional block, and sometimes I'll start in the center of my quilt, or at the top where it's at the top of the quilt. I'll start there, and I'll have some kind of design going, and then from there I'll start adding onto it. And what do I add onto it? Creativity. I might do something as simple as a rail fence. I might do something as simple as Drunkard's Path, or maybe something like this. But if I do use something like what's behind me, I'm not going to use all those wild colors. It will be some type of theme that coordinates with my quilt. And then for the back of my quilt, I usually use 108 by 108. And what I'll do is that I will, because the 108 is so long, my favorite, you don't have to keep adding more and more and more. You could just cut one long strip, which I thought I had one long strip at my desk, but I don't. But it doesn't matter because we all know about 108. And then I'll use that to start a border, or to start some type of design with it. And then in the middle of my quilt, I always try to use some cozy fabric. And oh darn, I should have grabbed some pink to go with that box, but what I have at my desk right now, I will just show you again, which I showed you in a previous video, but it's okay. You'll still get it. So I'll take a piece of this, okay? Always, in all my quilts, I add some of this cozy on the back of my quilt always. So pretty much when I make a quilt, it's not traditional crazy quilt. It's more traditional whimsical quilt with a little bit of crazy flair to it. And I'm hoping that you will find my ugly beauties to allow you like that grandmother garden quilt behind me? I'm going to tell you the story about that in a minute. It's kind of one of those ugly beauties, isn't it? I know it is. Okay, so my quilts are a little bit different, but I'm hoping that when you get a chocolate box from me of my ugly beauties, that you'll end up having something absolutely wonderful. Now, how will you know what you will get in the ugly beauty boxes? Each of the boxes will be named after a chocolate candy, either a chocolate bonbon or a chocolate truffle or a chocolate. So, for instance, today's box, it has a lot of pink in it and a little bit of gray and more pink and magenta. So I would probably call that strawberries and raspberries. Every time I get caught where I can't remember a good name for my chocolate box. Okay, let's just keep it simple. Strawberries and raspberry coconut delight. That's not really good, but it's kind of good because I made some candy today that has coconut in it. So, of course, I would say that. So that's how it works. That the boxes are named after a chocolate candy. So you'll have an idea what the colorway will be inside the box. Okay? And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. And then also in the boxes, and here's one here. This one, I just want you to see it, please. Yes. Now, this one is empty on purpose, but I want you to see how sturdy it is. Okay? Now, pay attention. See how sturdy it is? Okay. All of the fabric that you will get from me will come in a box like this. Okay? And even the 108 will come in a brown box. And the beauty of the box is that once you use the fabric, once you use the fabric, you can use the box for your UFOs. Okay, so I would like to relax for a minute because I'm a little bit nervous. And I want to share something with you. So I found some fabric earlier, and look at it. Did you notice that it has nickels, pennies, and dimes? Why am I showing you this fabric? Because I want you to know that when you purchase fabric from the Chocolate Lady, that you'll get it for a really good price. Yes, something that you can afford, and you'll say, I got beautiful fabric for a good deal. I love XOXO. I love XOXO. She has good prices, and she really knows how to make chocolate candies. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the chocolate that I made today. And today is supposed to just be a fun day for women. So don't get bent out of shape with me, okay? Okay. I made some chocolate treats for us. And I utilize pineapple, coconut, milk chocolate, and I know a lot of people are sensitive to nuts, so some of the candy bars do not have nuts in them, but I did make one with macadamia nuts. Okay, and here we go. Now, I got a funny, okay? The last few times that I have prepared chocolate, they've been slipping and sliding all over the place. So today I'm trying something different, and if they slip and slide again, I'm sorry. But here they are. Oh, they still slipping and sliding. Okay, so it's okay. So this one here, look close. Those are sliced pieces of dried pineapple and macadamia nuts. Yes. And little pieces of slivered coconut. Okay, and this chocolate bar here, let me show it to you. I'm fumbling. That's kind of what we do with our fabric when nobody's looking. We're just like fumbling our fabric and appreciating it. You see that? Okay, let me show you the back side. And this one here has coconut, macadamia nuts, and pieces of dried coconut. Smells good. Of course, okay, I'm not going to like share this with anybody, okay? Not that I had a good sniff of it. And this one here is, that looks more like a chocolate bar, doesn't it? On the back side and the front side. And the inside of here are slices of dried pineapple, coconut, no nuts, because I want to be sensitive to do I sell my chocolates? Okay, I'm going to answer that question. You just stay with me. Stay with me. This is, oh my God. Hi, Lisa. Stay with me. Okay. So, and this one here is another one. I'm so excited because someone's asking me, do I sell my chocolate? Okay, there you go. Okay, now, just a second. I'm going to try it again. I get excited about two things, fabric and chocolates. Look again. Hopefully it won't slip and fall. Okay, so what quilts and chocolates, okay, I'm ready. I'm relaxed. What quilts and chocolates on Wednesdays is all about is coming here and visiting with me, having a good time. At the beginning of the show, I will try to twist your arm to make this your 108 quilt backing source. Then I will talk about my chocolate boxes that have fabric in it that's based on a chocolate truffle, a chocolate bonbon, or a chocolate treat that you can make within 5 to 10 minutes. And then at the end of the show, we can eat it together. And once I am noticing that you are enjoying my show and you don't mind if I go a little bit longer, then I will make the chocolate treats on camera. But until I have a little bit bigger audience, so I don't take up so much time, I'll just make the 5 to 10 minute chocolate treats before I start the show. Okay, so no, I don't sell my chocolates because I'm probably too busy eating them. But if you wanted a specialty box, certainly I would love to make you a box of chocolates that you can eat, and I would love to make a box of chocolates for you that you can make a crazy quilt with. Okay, so let's wrap up here. Oh, wait a minute. Sometimes if I can't, which is almost impossible, if I can't think of a chocolate candy to make off the top of my head, then I'll just do like a quick watercolor. My watercolor can fall under, okay, I'm blowing my head up this big. Okay. It could be considered fine art. My watercolors could be considered outside art. And my watercolors could be considered a little bit messy, and my watercolors could be considered traditional. So with me, you kind of never know what you're going to get, except you're going to get a surprise that you'll probably enjoy. And I hope that you will join me on Wednesdays, which are set aside for women. And then on Fridays, which are set aside for men. Sundays are set aside for memorial quilts, burial quilts, and the history of quilting. And of course, on Mondays for homeschoolers. So that's pretty much it in a chocolate shell. What the chocolate lady is all about. And I always like to add an X to everything that I do. So I spell chocolate with an X. And sometimes I spell cozy with an X. And I spell scraps. The C is replaced with an X. And at the end of the day, it's all about my way of being an artist, and it's also the artist in you, and like that. And I think that's it for today. Oh, I was going to show you a little clip, but I think I'm going to keep it short today. But I like to insert a video clip in each segment. I think that's something that's extremely enjoyable. And don't expect to come here and find out heavy-duty instructions and techniques on quilting. I leave that to the experts. But you can come here and get some really beautiful fabric, the 108 by 108 fabric, and the cozy fabric, and of course how to make a chocolate bar. So I'm going to close up the show today, and I hope that you have a sense of what I'm about. And I hope that you will always make sure that on Wednesdays at 1:08 that you sneak away from what you're doing and that you join me. So I'm not allergic to nuts. So I'm going to try one of these candies that have the dried pineapple and the dried coconuts and the macadamia nuts inside. But I'm going to have to take a small bite, okay? And then you can tell by the look on my face if the dried coconut and the dried pineapple is a good combination with the macadamia nut. Mm-hmm. 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 I have a question. An answer, please. Do you eat chocolate when you're sewing? And tell the truth. I do. I always do. That's the reason why I wanted to teach you how to make a 5 to 10 minute chocolate bar so that while you're sewing, you can have a special treat. Remember, I'm XOXO, the chocolate lady, dripping with thoughts. And I hope that you will join me on Friday. Men that quilt, but ladies, you can sneak in too. Because guess what? I'm going to make a chocolate bar. And you don't want to miss that. Bye! XOXO. I hope you had a great time with my show today. And I hope you try to make some chocolate tonight. Bye-bye.